This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. Happy August.
Yes.
It's August 1st. It feels like it, doesn't it?
It sure does. Very humid out there.
We have an alert day in the forecast for some potential severe storms.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller out on the patio. How you doing, Blaze?
Well, Armand, as you said, it is a humid one out here as we're kicking off the new month of August. We got a low pressure system moving through the Midwest, and that's potentially going to bring us maybe 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms here across southern Wisconsin. I would say through at least 10 o'clock tonight, but it may end as early as 8, that we have that time frame of maybe 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms. The atmosphere isn't super great for a lot of widespread severe weather, which is why we just have that marginal risk. And while the environment isn't super great either, with the spin in the atmosphere, there is a very low possibility of a brief, weak tornado across southern Wisconsin as well. Already there have been reports of a couple of funnels, particularly up near Grand Marsh there in parts of Adams County and then into Dodge County as well. Well, what the greatest threat is not only going to be strong wind gusts, but heavy rain as well. Over the last 3 hours, radar estimates over 3 inches of rain falling just to the east of Beaver Dam and then up again into parts of Adams County. 2 to maybe 3 inches of rain as well. This is falling on an already saturated ground, so just make sure if you come across a flooded area to turn around, don't drown. Temperatures are in the 80s. We've got the environment for maybe a severe thunderstorm or 2. As I've mentioned, as Armand mentioned, it is soupy out here. We're nearing 90 in Middleton as well as in Edgerton. We're going to track out this evening coming up in the full forecast.
Blaze, thank you. 3 Americans and a U.S. resident are on their way home from Russia.
They include Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan.
Their brutal ordeal is over, and they're free.
As their family members looked on, President Biden announced 3 U.S. citizens and 1 U.S. resident who had been wrongfully detained in Russia are finally on their way home. Their release was part of a 24-person swap that took place on the tarmac in Turkey involving 7 countries. Russia freed Wall Street Journal reporter Gershkovich, Marine veteran Paul Whelan, Russian-American journalist Alsu Kurmasheva, and Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Vladimir Kara-Murza, who is a U.S. permanent resident. While the release is a cause for celebration, experts on Russia caution the swap could come at a cost.
I think that Russia, in the sense, wanted to make a deal. This will be a propaganda coup for them because they have gotten some of their prisoners in the West to the Russian Federation.
Some foreign policy experts say deals like these give Russian President Vladimir Putin incentive to take more Americans as bargaining chips.
The Sun Prairie community continues to grieve 2 young boys who died in January.
The brothers fell through the ice into an unprotected retention pond and drowned. Their family still pushing for change. Our Maddie Heimsch spoke to the boys' mother.
After 6-year-old Antoine and 8-year-old Legend's death, the city of Sun Prairie put up a chain-link fence around the pond's perimeter, but now that fence has been removed. Their mother, Kiana Menjing Sims, lives in the apartment complex overlooking the pond with her other 3 children. She says she watched the fence come down in the spring and felt the city had already forgotten the danger her sons had faced just months earlier. Now she wants to make sure other area children are protected.
Especially low-income housing, that they're throwing up a lot of buildings. I just seen that they threw another building up on a very busy street off of East Washington. You know, like, what's gonna be next? A kid run outside and then gets hit. Like, they have to think also, like, we wanna house people, but we wanna make sure everybody gets safe and this doesn't happen again.
Menjing Sims remembers the pair as spirited. Family members say they both loved school and had bright futures ahead. The boys' mother is holding an event this Saturday at 1 to remember the boys and celebrate what would have been Legend's 9th birthday. Reporting in Sun Prairie, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
The city of Sun Prairie says the fence was removed to make room for permanent barriers that will eventually surround the pond. We'll hear directly from the city on News 3 Now at 6. And a new 10-story student apartment building in downtown Madison is ready for residents to move in later this month.
And the Chapter Madison apartments are already 99% filled for the fall. Our Ellie LaLiberte joins us now with how this fits into Madison's housing crisis. Ellie?
Yeah, Susan, this map from downtown Madison shows 31 residential projects downtown. And although it might seem like a lot of construction, it's not quite keeping up with the demand. Madison's vacancy rates are very low, averaging roughly 3%. Now, for some context, a healthy national average is 5%. That means it can limit your choices when searching for a place. It can also give more power to landlords and to raise rents.
Since the Great Recession, the city of Madison has basically been growing faster than we've been able to deliver new housing units. And so where you see that show up is on the rental side. You see our vacancy rates are very low.
City of Madison Project Housing Authority Director Matt Wachter also says student housing fills its own set of needs. However, he notes that increasing options could help the supply and demand in the future. Tonight at 5, I'll break down the history of Madison's housing crisis and how it impacts residents.
Ellie, thank you. From the 608 to the 414, we're heading east down I-94 for opening day of the Wisconsin State Fair.
Boy, it's a hot one at the fair. Josh Spreiter is at State Fair Park in West Dallas with a preview.
We are at State Fair Park for the first day of the Wisconsin State Fair, and there are 11 days of jam-packed fun ahead, and including some of that fun is the Wisconsin Fairest of the Fairs. Kelsey Henderson joining us. Kelsey, good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for having me.
So first day of the State Fair, can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I literally got goosebumps driving in this morning because it's truly the best 11 days of summer.
You know, this is about celebrating what the great state of Wisconsin has to offer.
Yeah, you nailed it perfectly there. It's an opportunity for our state to come together and celebrate our producers, our vendors, our food, our exhibitors, and all the great things that our state has to offer, which is super cool.
And I love that there really is something for everyone. I know we say that often, but there is here.
Oh yes, you name it, we got it. We have hands-on experiences with agriculture. It's one of Wisconsin's largest agricultural showcases with over 7,000 animals coming through the next 11 days. We have tons and tons of food. Everyone loves the food here. Sporkies and Drinkies finalists, they've all been selected and the winners have been crowned, which has been exciting. But expo centers, shopping, rides, you name it, we got it here at the State Fair.
Of course, one of the biggest hits of the fair, the eats and the drinks. And we are meeting this year's Drinkies winner, Paul Hackbarth of the Old Fashioned Sipper Club. Yep. Paul, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And this is year 2 of you taking home this award. That has to feel pretty good.
Back to back. No, it feels really great.
So what drink are we talking about here?
This year's winner is named the Fairway Fusion, which is based off your classic Arnold Palmer. And then the infusion comes in the tropical hits of pineapple, coconut, key lime, and then it's shaken with mint leaves and garnished with a lime wedge.
And this is also an NA drink, which is important to note.
It's an NA drink, so it's for everybody, absolutely.
And I love how, you know, there's been a lot more inspiration behind that in the last couple of years, because you guys really right here, too, are something for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even though we're a stand that generally serves cocktails, we have a lot of non-alcoholic options also, including shakes and non-alcoholic cocktails, just as you see here. So,
what are you most excited about here at the Wisconsin State Fair?
Just for it to get going, to stop thinking about it and just get underway and see everybody working together and having a great time.
There's a lot of prep that goes into this.
Lots of prep, about an entire year.
Wow.
So.
Well, hey, congratulations again, and hope you guys have the best week. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Of course, if you'd like to come out and check out the Wisconsin State Fair, you have between now and August 11th, so still plenty of time. All these details, including links to tickets, can be found on channel3000.com. From the 608 to the 414, I'm Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
Josh, thank you. The DNR is engaging in its annual Think Smart Before You Start campaign this weekend. Wardens and local law enforcement plan to be on the trails this weekend to ask ATV and UTV operators to be careful. The campaign is meant to curb driving while intoxicated, along with helmet and seatbelt use. The DNR offers the tips of operating at a safe speed and within your abilities. Use extra caution on pavement and make sure you know local and state laws regarding ATVs and UTVs.
A motorcyclist with the need for speed now needs to pay a big ticket. State patrolmen say they cited a driver yesterday morning after they were going 100 miles an hour over the speed limit. Officers tracked the motorcyclist traveling at over 175 miles an hour north of Edgerton, where the speed limit is just 70. The driver has been cited with reckless driving and speeding.
A socialist candidate in Milwaukee is facing a primary challenge in the upcoming election.
And the latest updates after the death of a Middle Eastern leader when Live at 4 continues.
Champion's big window sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard to open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's buy 2, get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Wisconsin's August primary is less than 1 week away, and some incumbent state lawmakers are seeing challenges from within their own party.
That includes a Milwaukee lawmaker who falls a little bit outside of the two-party system. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more. Will?
Well, we haven't seen this since the 1930s in Wisconsin, but since 2022, the state has had 2 socialist lawmakers representing Milwaukee in the state assembly. Now, one of them, State Rep Ryan Clancy, is being challenged in the Democratic primary. He says his challenger, Jared Anderson, was recruited to run for the seat in part because of Clancy's outspoken comments on Palestine.
You know, back in October when I was, calling for a ceasefire, when I was calling for a free Palestine, it was much more, I think, divisive, at least to some people, than it is right now. I mean, in 2024, right now, clearly the ceasefire is the only way forward.
Now, Clancy's challenger has received the backing of many of Milwaukee's elected officials, like Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. Now, that challenger, Anderson, declined an interview with us for this story. Whoever wins that August 13th primary, though, will almost certainly win that very Democratic seat. I'll have more at 5 on how this might shape progressive policy in the state legislature.
We will see you at 5, Will. Thank you. A local dance crew is bringing home a first-place win in an international competition. The Barrio Dance Factory has been named one of the best dance crews in the world at the World of Dance Summit in Los Angeles. They won first place Tuesday with a janitor-themed routine against 20 other crews from around the world. You can read more about this story on channel3000.com and on Madison Magazine.
Well, we have an alert day in the forecast as we could have some severe weather. Let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Hi, Blaze.
Hello, that's right. Maybe one or two, I would say strong wind gusts and localized heavy rain along with maybe some large hail are going to be our main threats, but we can't rule out not only a couple of funnels, but also a brief weak tornado as well. We've already seen a couple of funnels being reported not only in parts of Dodge County, but in parts of Adams County as well. We have a marginal risk for severe weather as we go into your Thursday, kicking off August with, as I said, a low threat for severe weather, but a threat nonetheless. And there's that 2% isolated tornado risk. While the environment isn't great or favorable for tornadoes, there is just that possibility because the center of this low pressure system that's moving through the plains and the Midwest, it's going to be just creating enough spin that maybe a brief little touchdown. It would be weak, but as I mentioned, funnels are most likely going to be seen this afternoon. This was taken by Ziggy up there in Grand Marsh in parts of Adams County. You can see that lowering right here. So as we go throughout the rest of this evening, if you have any weather photos, scan this QR code, send them our way. We would love to share them here on News 3 Now. Let's take a look at future check through the rest of this evening. With the heat and the humidity, we've got a lot of the necessary ingredients, but we have nothing beyond the surface. There's virtually no rotation once you get above the lowest levels of the atmosphere. So these storms are going to be very hard to get to that severe criteria, but it is possible. But what we've already seen, marked by these pinks and even these whites, are a lot of heavy rain falling in a very short amount of time. As this low pressure system moves on out of here, we wrap up the threat for severe weather between, I would say, 8 and 9 o'clock tonight, and then we're left with those lingering showers and maybe a few non-severe thunderstorms as we kick off your Friday. Ending the work week with clearing skies as we go throughout the day. I'm going to take it into this cell just to the north of Rio and just to the east of Partyville. This is, I would say, maybe one of the stronger storms. This is a special weather statement with it. Not only could we see some gusts, but there is just a little bit of an inflow there. So folks out in Rio, Cambria, if you see some funnels, that's the reason why. But as I mentioned, heavy rain is most likely going to be our greatest threat as we go throughout the rest of this evening. Parts of southern Wisconsin already estimated to pick up at least 2.5 inches to 3.5 inches of rain. Temperatures in those 80s, approaching 90 in some spots. In the Middleton and Edgerton area, we're at 87 degrees. Sauk City and Waunakee as well. We've also got dew points into the 60s and 70s. It's going to be a hot and humid night. Again, that severe weather chance ends early, but we're going to keep that scattered thunderstorm threat as we go throughout the rest of this evening. The good news is for folks who don't like the heat and humidity, we're looking to cool down as we move into maybe the middle of August. All right, here's a look at your 7 and 10-day forecast. This is our last alert day for now. AM fog possible Saturday and Sunday. We wrap up the heat and humidity going into the next work week. We're into the upper 70s to low 80s Monday through Friday of next week.
Blaze, thank you. The Middle East remains on edge after the assassination of a senior Hamas leader inside Iran. Hamas claims that an Israeli missile hit the home of one of its main negotiators for a possible hostage deal with Israel. Now, many fear that deal is gone. The strike came just hours after an Israeli airstrike killed a top Hezbollah commander in Lebanon.
We have been laser focused on trying to prevent that wider war since October 7th. There have been moments that have required intensive effort to keep a lid on things.
New details reveal that the Hamas leader was killed by a bomb planted in his home months ago.
Days of violent unrest have gripped cities across the UK. Far-right protesters clashed with police outside of the home of the UK Prime Minister last night. More than 100 arrests were made. It's all linked to online misinformation about a mass stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class on Monday in northern England. 3 children were killed. The suspect in custody is a 17-year-old male. Police have said he is not an immigrant, nor does he have any links to radical Islam, but that did not stop unverified claims from spreading rampant.
The investigation is in its early stages, and the motivation for the incident remains unclear. At this moment in time, the investigation is not being treated as terrorist-related.
More than 50 people were injured on Monday after hundreds of angry protesters descended on the town.
The United States is gaining on gold medals and is now in second place behind China in the Olympics. China holds 11 gold, 7 silver, and 6 bronze for a total of 24 medals, But the U.S. has 9 gold, 15 silver, and 6 bronze, and leads in total medals with 37. The third most medals is France with 8 gold, 11 silver, 8 bronze, for a total of 27 medals. Earlier this afternoon, the United States cruised to a gold medal after the Olympic team scored a 171.296.
Federal interest rates will stay the same for now. This after the Federal Reserve met yesterday and decided to hold rates steady for now, but could cut them soon. Economists predict the cut could come as early as this fall, which would bring down mortgage rates as well. Chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, says the time must be just right to cut rates.
We know that reducing policy restraint too soon or too much could result in a reversal of the progress we have seen on inflation. At the same time, reducing policy restraint too late or too little could unduly weaken economic activity and employment.
The Fed looks at the personal consumption expenditure price index as one of the ways to measure where interest rates should be. That rate is currently at 2.5%, which is near the Fed's 2% inflation goal.
The Biden administration is proposing a fee-free family seating rule that would ban airlines from charging parents extra to have their kids sit next to them. This could potentially save a family of 4 up to $200 per round-trip flight. The rule would require airlines to seat kids 13 and under next to their parents within 48 hours of them buying a ticket. If adjacent seats are not available, parents could get a refund if they don't want that flight anymore.
Well, next at 4, canine officers are an important part of the Madison Police Department.
How you can participate in a fun event that will help bring more fun to the canine program, coming up.
When you need to relax and recharge your body and mind, retreat to the comfort of stressless furniture at the Century House. Designed to harmonize with the natural movements of your body, it's where true comfort begins and every day should end. Get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 spent and $200 off 4 dining chairs at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
If you're watching this Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance commercial, there's a good chance that you're alive. And if you're not, well, this may not be of interest to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Life insurance? I'm going to live forever. Death is what happens to other people. Well, for the sake of argument, let's assume you're wrong and that someday you won't be watching TV anymore. I know it's not easy to talk about, so I'll do the talking. If you're 50 plus and alive, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance, regardless of your health. And since this life insurance is guaranteed, you don't have to get a medical exam. In fact, you don't even have to fill out a health questionnaire. For a free quote, just call 800-387-9724. Then when you stop, if you stop watching TV, your family can use the insurance money to help cover your final expenses or anything else. For a free quote, call today, 800-387-9724. Your kids already inherited your ears, allergies, and questionable singing voice. Don't make them inherit your final expense tab, too.
They don't clock out at 5 or care if it's the weekend. That means we keep working too.
So when Eric Hovde says that farmers don't work hard, that pisses me off.
Think of farming. Look at the old physical toil that it would take on your body. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
A California banker criticizing Wisconsin farmers for not working hard? We know what that is.
Eric Hovde, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Hanson's knows what your home means to you. It's where you feel safe, comfortable, protected, and of course, no other place provides you with as much joy. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are all backed by our guarantee. So you can feel happy in your home for years to come. With professional installation and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert, exceeding homeowners' expectations for 35 years. Get 50% off installation with high-quality craftsmanship you can count on. Or enjoy no interest and no payments for 1 year. From windows to roofing to siding to gutters to bathtubs and showers, no one's got you covered like we do.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Over the years, a lot of studies have proven the value of partnering canines with human police officers.
Capital Canines raises money to support and maintain canine units. They funded 21 canines so far for the Madison Police Department.
And you can support the cause at the second annual Capital Canines golf outing. We'll give you all the details on that in just a little bit. Steve Dahlgren is the vice president of Capital Canines, and Officer Ryan Kimberly is here with Canine Freddie. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Good to see you both. Ryan, tell us about Freddie.
Yeah, this is Canine Freddie. He's a dual-purpose canine. He's originally from Croatia. He's our newest MPD dog.
And he's a Belgian Malinois?
He is. He's a Belgian Malinois, trained in building searches, evidence searches, tracking, and narcotics detection. He's one of 8 of our dogs.
Why are they such an important part of the
They are an important part of our unit because they bring a capability that no human can bring, and that is the power of their nose. Their nose are 10,000 to 100,000 times as powerful as a human, which gave us the capability, such as tracking, where not too long ago, little Piper went missing. There was a story on that a while ago. Quite a few people were out looking for her, and a canine got on scene a short time later and was able to help find her in about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Wow, that's remarkable. And tell me, you were telling us about training, you know, Freddie here. You guys actually don't use English commands too much.
Yeah, so all the dogs are trained in a different language other than English. Some are trained in German, Czech. Freddie's trained in Dutch. It's very similar to English, but slightly different.
Interesting. Steve, I don't think people have any understanding about what goes into training a canine for, and that's where Capital Canines comes in. That's basically your mission. Tell us what you do.
So basically anything that has to do with the canine unit, with the exception of the police officer, we purchase through donations that are made to us. So since 2004, we've been purchasing the dogs, the squad cars, the heat detectors in the cars, all of the leashes, the food, the vet bills, and all those types of things. And so we estimate it costs about $100,000 in the lifetime of a dog to pay for all of the things that the dog needs in its lifetime.
And it's all by donations?
All by donations, so there's no tax money involved in that. It's about 85% of the canine units in the country are funded through the budget process, where we're not. It's just kind of the way it's set up, and we've kind of gotten used to it, but our costs keep going up. Squad cars are twice, 3 times what they used to be when they started, and so there's a lot of money and maintenance into these good animals.
Ryan, how long have you and Freddie been partners?
We've been partners for just over a year now.
And how long will you be?
Typically, canines, their working life is approximately 9 to 11 years.
Okay.
Just varies.
Are they always male dogs? I'm always curious about that. Are there males and females?
There are male and females. We don't really mind. It's just based on what's available from the kennels that we get the dogs from.
So, Steve, they don't have different skill sets, the males and the females?
Ryan would probably be better at answering that, but I mean, there's like Verona Police Department has a female dog, so they can be used for pretty much the same things.
And are they always Shepherds or Malinois, or are they different breeds as well?
They're generally German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, or Dutch Shepherds, or a mix in between those.
Wow. Well, we have to talk about the golf outing.
We probably should, yes.
Yes, we need...
That's our big...
This is your opportunity to help continue this amazing program.
Yep. Last year was our first golf outing. We raised about $50,000. Wow. And thanks to, we had a big sponsor in Culver's on the Beltline, and they came through and really helped us out. And they did again this year as well. A number of the Culvers are helping out, and we've got a bunch of things going on that day, August 19th. We're hoping to raise more money, $50,000. That's about the cost of 1 squad car, by the way. So we are going to have an auction. We're going to start at about 8 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a demo. There's going to be lunch, food, lots of things going on all day. And so we need a few more golfers. We're hoping to get a few more.
Here's the information. It's Monday, August 19th at Lake Windsor Country Club. All of the money raised goes to support Capital Canines. It's Capital, I think that's spelled, oh, is that right? CapitalCanines.org, that's correct. And then, does it cost anything to register to play?
It does, yeah. And you can go right to our website, and it'll take you right through the sign-up process. Or if you have any questions, you can help you out with
Oh, I
that.
hope you get a lot of people in better weather than
Thank
today.
You. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a little cooler.
Ryan, thank you so much for bringing Freddie. Boy,
Absolutely, thank
he's
you.
so beautiful. What a good boy, too. He's look at how
Thank you for coming.
Look at how well behaved he is. Thank you, guys. Best of luck.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
And next up for the election, just a few months away.
When we come back, we're taking a closer look into how absentee ballots work. That's coming up on Live at 4.
The one thing Kamala Harris has always been: fearless. As a prosecutor, she put murderers and abusers behind bars. As California's Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. And as Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. Because Kamala Harris has always known who she represents.
This campaign is about who we fight for. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Where every senior can retire with dignity. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and end the Affordable Care Act. But we are not going back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
The Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival runs August 14th through the 18th. The famous 80 tons of steamed corn, rolled in butter and lightly salted, is served Saturday and Sunday only. Visit sunprairiecornfest.com for complete details and hotel discounts.
It's Empire Today's half price sale. Half price on carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate. Plus half price on quality professional installation. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
It's the Great Grill Out Sale at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Bacon wrapped sirloins just $2.99. Whole boneless pork loin just $1.98 a pound. Chicken breast just $2.48 a pound. Fresh ground chuck just $3.99 a pound. 8-ounce pork loin butterfly chops or America's chops, 3 for just $4. And our special recipe brats or patties, 8 for just $12. Plus a 16-cent fuel saver. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now live at 4. Moving forward.
Well, take a look at this. It's the Wisconsin State Fair. We're back out there again. A little bit different than the weather we might see here later on, because the weather for today, we're tracking potential severe weather.
Maybe we could use one of those frozen lemonades from the fair today.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot and humid day here across southern Wisconsin. Anything to keep you hydrated, you'll definitely want to drink as we go into later parts of this afternoon. Water is going to be the best to keep you hydrated during these hot and humid days. But we do have an alert date. We are tracking the chance for maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. Strong winds along with heavy rain is going to be our main threats. As we look at the outlook outlined by the Storm Prediction Center, it's a marginal risk. There is a chance for an isolated brief weak tornado. But the main threats, as I mentioned, are going to be heavy rains as well as those strong wind gusts, then followed by hail. This does look to wrap up as we go further into parts of the evening. Now, showers and thunderstorms continue to really stay north of Dane County at this hour, but I'm going to loop it to really illustrate the reason why flooding is such a concern, because these storms are just sitting over spots for several minutes, if not up to a half hour, if not an hour, and that's leading to flooding concerns. Already parts of Adams County, Waushara County, Dodge County, and even parts of Columbia County estimated 2 to maybe 3 inches, 3.5 inches of rain over just the last 3 hours. And these storms have only just begun. We still have a lot of life left with this system as temperatures sit in the 80s, if not approaching the 90s in some spots into Parts of Dane County, Middleton, we're at 87, along with Cross Plains. Earlier, we were at 88. So cooling off just a little bit, but it is a hot and humid day. We are going to track out the rest of this evening and what lies ahead for next week in the full forecast.
All right, thank you, Blaze. And with this being a big election year, the city of Madison is preparing for the November ballots to roll in.
Our Merrill Hubbard spoke with city officials to learn more about how technology is used for counting and verifying absentee ballots once people submit them.
With the presidential election coming up in November, the city plans to implement this machine that sorts and verifies people's absentee ballot envelopes before they are counted. This $800,000 system is the sorting step before ballots get counted. The envelopes will go through the processor at least twice to make sure they have all the correct information.
We load them in here, and then they'll do a first run on there where they make sure if anything's missing, the machine will automatically be able to tell if a voter signature is missing. There is a human review that happens as well to make sure that the machine is reading that appropriately.
The sorting machine won't be in use until November, but these counting machines have been used in Madison since 2016.
And so voters insert their ballot here, and then the machine will count it, it'll drop down, and then they store here until election day is over, and then they'll process it and pull out all the envelopes and seal them up in a tamper seal bag.
Between man-made and human verification, the process covers every step to make sure that your vote counts. The city is still preparing everything from the mechanics to the people that will take care of this machine, but they say that everything will be ready by the upcoming presidential election. Reporting in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Meryl. And if you want to learn more about how the counting machine works, you can attend a public observation test. The city is holding it on Saturday at 9 a.m. We'll have more details on this linked on channel3000.com.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats are regrouping after the Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act failed to pass the Senate. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin said this bill would have helped families in the state who need a little more breathing room from rising costs. She says she was concerned with the lack of bipartisanship after the bill duly passed the House.
The folks that get harmed by this are hardworking families trying to afford to raise children and people who need affordable housing, and our small businesses that are trying to grow. All of those would be benefited if we can get Republicans to join us and pass what was a bipartisan bill to begin with.
Senate Republicans oppose the funding mechanism of the bill and allege Democrats are using the bill only for political purposes. And taking a look at the stocks today, Dow Jones down nearly 495 points, the Nasdaq down 405, and S&P 500 down 75 points.
The Wisconsin State Fair, as we mentioned earlier, is underway in West Dallas.
And of course, the popular cream puffs are back, but they're featuring some new flavors. Find out what those are next at 4.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
This is America's border czar, and she's failed us. Under Harris, over 10 million illegally here. 250,000 Americans dead from fentanyl. Brutal migrant crimes. And ISIS now here.
Do you have any plans to visit the border? You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris, failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
Baraboo Furniture and Mattress is celebrating Wisconsin's hot summer months with a huge hot summer sale. Save from 20 to 60% off every item store-wide. Over $1 million of quality name brands on display in our beautiful new showroom, including Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, England, Ashley, Spring Air, Amish Furniture, and much more, all on sale. Get special free financing, all credit welcome. Hurry in today to the huge store-wide hot summer sale at Baraboo Furniture and Mattress, where your satisfaction is our guarantee.
At Spectrum, we know that internet is a vital tool to help you fulfill your dreams.
My dream is to become a video game developer.
My dream is to get my online college degree.
That's why Spectrum has affordable solutions to keep you connected. At Spectrum, we are committed to delivering reliable, affordable internet and unlimited mobile to keep you connected to what matters most to you.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family vacationers, trendsetters, and all who love a smoking hot discount. We're all about the thrill of the deal, the joy of finding the thing you forgot to pack, the backpack that the kids really, really want, the sneakers that make PE class the most awesome, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Get the first day look they want and save up to 70% off on everything for back to school. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
We want to make sure everybody is safe.
New at 5, a safety fence that was installed after 2 young boys drowned, then taken down. Their mother continues to fight for change. We bring you her message.
We're tracking the chance for isolated severe thunderstorms as we move into your Thursday afternoon. All severe weather hazards will be possible. Full forecast at 5.
And tonight, we're at State Fair Park with the deep fried delights and the new spin on classic festival foods. What we found tonight at 6.
As we mentioned earlier, the Wisconsin State Fair underway right now in West Dallas. This year, the festival is celebrating 173 years. The original cream puffs are back, and they're also celebrating a major milestone, 100 years in Wisconsin. State Fair is going all out with different flavors of cream puffs to celebrate this year.
We did have the root beer, which was today. It was delicious. The flavors are apparently different flavors each day. So we had to try the root beer, loved it. And then just because of tradition, you got to have the original.
You got to have the original.
Root beer cream puffs. What do you think?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'd try it. We have the link to all of the different flavors on our website.
And in honor of the 100th year of cream puffs at the Wisconsin State Fair, Governor Tony Evers has declared August 10th of this year as Cream Puff Day. The governor says this is he and his wife's 55th year visiting the fair. One way to enjoy cream puffs, and I can't tell who's who. Nope, there he is in the back. One way to enjoy cream puffs is Evers style, where you take some home, pop them in the freezer for later. I have a confession, I've actually never tried a cream puff.
Oh, well then we have to make that happen.
Yes.
On Cream Puff Day. We'll hook you up with some root beer ones too. The original ones are really good though, and there's no feminine way to eat a cream puff.
Oh no, you just gotta go right in for it, right?
You just gotta go for it. Yeah, exactly. We'll do that.
Yes. Well, next at 4, Olympics underway in Paris.
People from all different countries are supporting their favorite teams. So where are they staying?
Wendy Gillette shows us some of the most luxurious French hotels. Next at 4.
Welcome into Buzzed Into Madison. Look at this beautiful Capitol Square behind us. We are here for one of Madison's most favorite and loved summertime traditions. It's been going on since 1984, believe it or not. Mr. Matt Coupland is here because we're doing Midwest Financial Group's Money Minute. So, all right, how about you be the conductor, like we'll see tonight, and let's think of your clients as the musicians. So as the conductor, you're really leading the whole musical everything.
Yeah, we've got to be the one pulling everything together, right? You've got to make some things louder, some things softer, and keep the tempo, keep the plan going. The sheet music is kind of like the financial plan, and we're making sure it goes off without a hitch.
I like that. You know, the musicians always have their eye on the conductor. They're looking at the music, they're looking at the conductor, looking down, looking up. You are the steadfast one. You have the pulse on the music, AKA the financial plan, and you're gonna have to pivot. You're gonna have to speed things up or say, you know what, we gotta just hold it right here. Let's hang on that note.
I think we know the noise, the sound that we want to make, and we have to pull that out of our clients, the way you have to pull it out of a musician. And sometimes, like I said, it takes members of our team working together to do that with our clients, to make that beautiful music, but we really enjoy it.
Do you want some beautiful music in your life, AKA maybe a more successful financial plan? Give Matt and his team a call, because believe me, there's going to be 20,000 people down here tonight. People like beautiful music, right?
Yes, they do.
So give them a call. For Buzzed Into Madison, I'm Emmy Fink. He's Matt Coupland, and
You're at Concerts in the Square, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Look at you.
Get an 11% rebate on everything. Check out our great selection of Lions tubs and showers that will match your style and budget. This linear shower is $469.99 after rebate. Designer's Image vinyl tiles are perfect for updating your home. They feature self-adhesive backing for a fast and easy installation. Silver Series vinyl tiles are only 89 cents each after 11% rebate at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, millions of visitors, as you know, have descended on Paris for the Summer Olympics. Hotel occupancy, however, is down compared to the last couple of pre-COVID summer games.
CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette joins us from Paris on the hotel landscape and some of the chicest, I never used that word in a long time, chicest places to stay in the City of Lights.
Brady and Susan, these Olympic Games have been shining here in Paris, just like the American athletes. I just came from Bercy Arena watching Simone Biles and the rest of the U.S. gymnastics team win gold, and they were spectacular. The competition is drawing a lot of celebrities. Here's where a few of them are staying.
Location, location, location is the buzzword at Shangri-La Paris. Management says high-profile clients snatched up the hotel's 100 rooms and suites months ago, many with balconies or terraces facing the Seine River and Eiffel Tower.
You're just next to the most visited monument in the world, with the Eiffel Tower just right here.
The Shangri-La has plenty of historical nods as the former mansion of Napoleon's nephew. More modern touches include the spa where the stables used to be and a Michelin-starred Chinese restaurant. Olympic stays feature a private limo to and from the airport to minimize transportation delays and allow guests to focus on the big event.
The last time we had it was 100 years ago.
The peninsula is also busy with Olympic collaborations. The hotel is often called Little Versailles, in a building that opened in 1908.
The hotel deploys a Rolls-Royce fleet to ferry guests, including former Olympians taking part in special events. They're staying in rooms decorated with fresh flowers and can adjust everything from the temperature to the curtains with a central control pad. There are views of the Arc de Triomphe and spacious bathrooms, and downstairs one of the biggest hotel swimming pools in the city, a 2 Michelin star restaurant with views, and a famous Paris bar.
We have been almost fully committed for the Olympic Games more than a year prior to the Games.
That's not the case at every hotel. Travel data company CoStar says occupancy rates during the Games stand at about 80%. That's down from Rio in 2016 at 94% and London in 2012 at 90%. The celebrity-favored Rosewood Hotel de Crillon, one of those we stayed at for a special rate, is just about sold out. It overlooks Plaza de la Concorde, the largest public square in the city, with Sense Spa, artful fresh pastries, and 6 different venues for dining and drinking, attracting Olympic ticket holders.
I think it's going to be very beneficial for Paris. It's going to show Paris under its best angle.
In a city with few bad angles.
But the picture is not as rosy for the airlines. Some of them, including Air France, predict losses of tens of millions of dollars because not as many tourists are coming here from abroad than they first thought would be during this time period.
Wendy, what happened with rail service since that train attack on Friday?
Everything's back to normal. Everything was back to normal as of Monday morning after a lot of repairs. And the city traffic flow is a lot better after they opened up roads around that opening ceremony around the Seine River. But still, the metro is the best way to get around town.
To be in Paris during the Olympics, that's pretty cool, Wendy.
You got to see Simone win
Yeah.
gold. Wow. Wendy, thank you so much. What a gig she has, right?
Yes, exactly.
Lucky girl.
Well, we have an alert day in the forecast for some potential severe weather.
Blaze Keller is keeping an eye on things. Blaze, how's it look?
You know, we're continuing to track showers and thunderstorms across southern Wisconsin. Still have a window of opportunity for maybe 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms. Heavy rains as well as strong winds are going to be our main threats. But already we've seen, not only in parts of Dodge County, but in parts of Adams County as well, a few funnels. So we can't also rule out that, along with maybe a brief weak tornado. Now, the marginal risk continues to sit across all of southern Wisconsin as we head further into our afternoon. But as I just mentioned, minor flooding as well as strong winds are going to be our greatest threats. And then we could also be dealing with some small hail, as well as, again, not only funnels, but also a brief weak tornado. Ziggy, a Twitter follower, was able to capture a brief possible funnel out in Grand Marsh in parts of Adams County earlier this afternoon. You can see that distinct lowering right here from the base level of the clouds. If you have any weather photos, scan that QR code and send them our way. We'd love to see what you guys are seeing across southern Wisconsin. It helps us understand kind of what we forecast and also how you guys are enjoying the weather as well. Future track taking us into the rest of the 4:35, 6 o'clock time frame. This center of low pressure is beginning to move its way eastward, and in doing so, that means we still have a lot of life left with maybe some showers and thunderstorms, and maybe 1 or 2 of those being severe as we go throughout the rest of our late afternoon, early evening. But by the time we go into that 8, 9, 10 o'clock time frame, a lot of that severe weather is going to quickly diminish. Most of that activity is going to push into parts of Milwaukee, but maybe some wraparound showers and a thunderstorm or 2 possible, and then that tapers off as we go into early Friday morning. But heavy rain is definitely going to be our greatest threat. These storms are not moving very quickly to the east. They're just kind of sitting over the same area. You're looking at the latest loop over the last 2 hours. Again, the Dells all the way north into parts of Juneau and Adams County along the Wisconsin River. These showers and thunderstorms just have not moved, and that's why we have flash flood warnings for parts of southern Wisconsin until later this evening, as radar estimates upwards of 4.5 inches of rain falling there to the west of Watoma, and you can see those higher amounts extending all the way south into the Dells. So if you come across a flooded area, please turn around, don't drown. We're also finding some isolated higher amounts in parts of Columbia as well as Dodge counties. Quickly, we're into the 80s, maybe even a few of us popping into those low 90s around Middleton. We're at 87 degrees. It is going to be a hot and humid night here across southern Wisconsin. Your 7 and 10-day forecast. There is some good news for the folks who don't like the heat and humidity. Look at next week. Highs cooling into the upper 70s to low 80s from Monday all the way through that following, really, Sunday.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just 1 visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Joe Biden made Kamala Harris border czar to fix immigration. First, she ignored it.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point.
Then she just lied.
The border is secure.
10 million illegal immigrants, migrant crime out of control, fentanyl kills thousands.
We have a secure border.
Kamala Harris, failed, weak, dangerously liberal.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
We're tracking the chance for isolated severe thunderstorms as we move into your Thursday afternoon tonight at 5.
And a safety fence installed after 2 young boys drowned was taken down. How their mother continues to fight for change. That's coming up next.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
Well, check this out. This video shows a pair of rattlesnakes having a strange-looking forest fight. A pair of teachers on a group hike in Massachusetts captured the clip when somebody spotted the surreal snake skirmish. The educators say they plan to use the crazy caught-on-cam moment as a teaching tool for snake safety. We'll be right back.
Joe Biden put Kamala Harris in charge of the border.
We have a secure border.
On Kamala's watch, illegal border crossings hit record highs. Criminal illegal aliens are murdering Americans. Cartels are poisoning kids. And illegals are receiving taxpayer benefits and putting more burdens on hardworking taxpayers.
We have a secure border.
Kamala Harris is dishonest and dangerous. Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
The Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival runs August 14th through the 18th. The famous 80 tons of steamed corn, rolled in butter and lightly salted, is served Saturday and Sunday only. Visit sunprairiecornfest.com for complete details and hotel discounts.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Now 5, now 15, now 5.
Experience the thrill of a live auction and get a great deal on an RV. The Ultimate RV Auction is being hosted at Camping World in Madison, Wisconsin, Friday, August 2nd at 1 p.m. Central Time. Over 100 RVs are up for grabs with bids starting at $1 and no reserves on select units. Bid in person or online at cwauctions.com. Pre-bidding is going on now. Preview the inventory and place your bid today.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know. Part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
That wraps up Live at 4 for today. Armand's in the newsroom. What to expect in our coverage moving forward. Armand?
Tomorrow on Live at 4, we look forward to the weekend with the Cambridge Art on Main and Frank Lloyd Wright Trail Open Weekend. And next at 5, more details on the groundbreaking of a new housing complex downtown. Thanks for watching Live at 4. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts after this.